A vehicle with a petrol or diesel engine burns fuel. Combustion always creates pollutants. The emissions. Legal limits apply to a number of components of the emissions. We will show you how these elements are removed from a diesel engine's exhaust gas step by step. The combustion takes place in the cylinder and drives the piston. Here, the emissions are generated. The nitrogen oxides, the so-called NOx, are part of the emissions. They are already minimized inside the engine. This is exactly what exhaust gas recirculation does by feeding part of the exhaust gas back into the cylinder. This reduces the combustion temperature, giving rise to far fewer NOx. After the exhaust gas has left the combustion chamber, it drives the turbocharger and moves on to the exhaust gas aftertreatment. In this compact unit, the exhaust gas encounters the oxidation catalytic converter. This converts the carbon monoxide and hydrocarbons left over after the combustion process. The products: CO2 and water. In a next step, the exhaust gas reaches the diesel particulate filter, which eliminates the soot. The process described here reliably fulfills the exhaust limits of the former Euro 5 standard in Europe. The limits regulate both the diesel particulates and the nitrogen oxides. However, reducing them both results in a technical conflict, since with the diesel engine, a reduction of the particulates emissions automatically leads to increasing NOx emissions and vice versa. Therefore, to comply with stricter NOx limits such as Tier 2 Bin 5 in North America, exhaust gas recirculation alone is insufficient to limit the NOx. The NOx have to be reduced actively. There are two technologies for this exhaust gas aftertreatment. One of them is the NOx storage catalytic converter, which stores the nitrogen oxides. When it is discharged, it releases CO2 and nitrogen, as it makes up 78% of our natural atmosphere. Especially in larger vehicles, another technology is used, the SCR system. Here, AdBlue, a water-based urea solution, is injected into the exhaust gas. After its conversion, water and again nitrogen are generated in the SCR catalytic converter. These technologies enable for an effective elimination of diesel emissions and ensure the compliance with the requirements on the markets worldwide. An important part of a modern engine is the engine control. Its complex software processes the signals of many sensors in the vehicle and ensures that the cars offer good performance profiles with the lowest possible consumption and comply with the required exhaust standards at the same time. Up until September 2017, testing on the test bench was the only way to determine whether a vehicle fulfilled the legal requirements. Here, the vehicle runs with a defined speed curve while the exhaust gas values are being measured. If the model fulfills the required specifications during its type approval, then every vehicle in the series is certified for this emission standard. A vehicle needs to recognize that it stands on the dynamometer, otherwise its ABS would block the drive wheels, for example. Software was used in the vehicles fitted with EA189 diesel engines that can detect the driving curve used in official testing. The engine control unit switches between two different modes of exhaust gas recirculation based on the driving curve detected. Mode 1 optimizes NOx values under test conditions. In contrast, Mode 2 optimizes fine particle values in use on the road. There is compliance with threshold limits during the testing cycle. The software update does no longer include the switch. We have developed technical measures. The updated engine control software eliminates the switching function that enabled the engine to switch to a particulate-optimized or NOx-optimized mode. These differ for EA189 engines in Europe, depending on the engine type. All engines get a software update. The adapted software ensures that the combustion is always carried out in a NOx-optimized mode. This is ensured by a modified strategy of the diesel injection and a slightly increased pressure in the injection system at partial load. In addition, the exhaust gas recirculation rate is optimally adjusted, which also ensures that nitrogen oxide's test limits continue to be met. The installation of the updated software for the 2.0 and 1.2-liter engines will take about 30 minutes. More specific details on timing will be confirmed to you when booking the vehicle in. For the 1.6-liter engines, the flow towards the airflow meter is additionally improved. The airflow meter determines the mass of the intake air. With this, the engine control doses the fuel quantity and regulates the exhaust gas recirculation rate. The flow straightener is set into the air intake. Its grid calms the flowing air in front of the sensor, which delivers improved signals as a result. With these improved signals, the engine control can more accurately measure the mass of the intake air, and this ensures a more accurate control of the combustion. This refitting will take approximately 1 hour. The refitting measures are currently adapted to each engine and each affected vehicle type. All vehicles with EA189 engine type are technically safe and ready to use. The refitting process started in January 2016. We have written to our customers to inform them of the issue, and the technical measures have been installed in more than 5 million vehicles across Europe. Find more information at Volkswagen.com. Since 2016, Volkswagen has been refitting the vehicles that are affected by the diesel issue. How does the process work for you as our customers? Since the beginning of 2016, owners of the affected vehicles have been receiving letters from Volkswagen. We received your addresses from the responsible authorities. The letter describes the process for your specific vehicle model. The refitting process is taking place successively, and all owners have received a second letter throughout the year. Only with this letter, we ask you in good time to arrange an appointment with an authorized Volkswagen business partner of your choice. If you wish to be informed about the further process, meanwhile, please visit our website. The refitting in a Volkswagen workshop of your choice will take approximately between 30 and 60 minutes, depending on engine and measure. Your car will receive an update of the engine software. The 1.6-liter engine additionally gets a component, while you can enjoy a coffee in the lounge. The implemented measure is documented by making an entry in the service book and placing a sticker in the spare wheel well. This refitting is of course free of charge for you. Find more information at Volkswagen.com.